it's crazy, your focus just becomes incredibly small, and you start to see detail of like how the water is coming off the rail. Everything feels like it's in super slow motion.
I would describe surfing as a cleansing of your brain and your body, because as soon as you paddle out and that ocean is glaring at you and the Mother Nature, it just washes all the bad things out of your brain, and you just begin to enjoy and go back to a sense of peace for yourself. That's what I think. It's just that the combination of nature and being able to ride a wave and to be one with nature, that's it.
It's just the glide, the feeling of nature taking hold of you, the ever-changing, ever-moving force of nature that's pushing you, that's allowing you to get creative, the ability to be creative and to do whatever you feel inside, much like probably a musician feels, being able to do whatever they feel inside, or an artist feels when they're painting or doing anything in that respect.
Just going out on the water, just being out in the water sort of cleanses your soul. It's just a great thing.
For me, it's just a playground. I can go out and I can be alone. I'm not attached to anything. There's no phone going on. If you're lucky enough to find your own peak, sometimes it's good to be out there by yourself. I think I love surfing as much alone as I do with my friends, for sure.
Very famous quote, I think it was Phil Edwards, he was asked who is the best surfer, and Phil said the best surfer is the one having the most fun in the water. They'd bury you in the sand, smear zinc, the white zinc all over my face.
I got duct taped to a chair on the strand once, so I couldn't surf.
They'd go, if you started a fire to warm up, they'd come put it out.
There was a pecking order back in the 70s.
The top older guys would hang out up at the bathrooms, and then the next group would hang down at the bottom of the staircase, and then we were relegated over to the Lifeguard tower to the south. And if we'd go up there just to even go to the bathroom, we would thoroughly get harassed.
There was just so much energy, compared to just surfing with my two friends all year long. All of a sudden I was surfing with 20 guys, 25, 30 guys, and all of them, all Carlsbad guys, and, everybody wanted their piece of the pie. But that was, again, the etiquette of surfing. That was how things were back then, and that's how people were raised.
It was like growing up in the Wild Wild West back then. My name is Barbie Baron. I owned the offshore surf shop in Carlsbad for about 45 years.
And Barbie is a legend in Carlsbad. I mean, she is epic. If you know surfing in Carlsbad, you know Barbie Baron.
What got me into surfing is my parents bought a motel on the Strand in Oceanside. So we were across the street from the beach. So we started surfing. We surfed all the time, ran across the street, changed some sheets, cleaned an apartment, and ran out and surfed. And that's where it started.
She was one of the first women to start a surf shop. She was the mama that could control the locals out at stage. We looked up to her as the icon that she is. Hi, I'm Wendy Hinman, senior writer for Carlsbad Magazine. We've been going for 20 years. I grew up in Carlsbad, and when we started the magazine, I've written a lot of histories and a lot of surf history. Back in the day, there was 3 groups of outlaws in Carlsbad. There was the Jarheads that would come down from Camp Pendleton. We called them that affectionately. There were the Muscularos, which was a motorcycle gang, sort of like the Hells Angels, only very localized. And then the surfers. And on the stairs at Tamarack, there would be these brawls of who was going to have dominance on the stairs. And I know that sounds ridiculous, but it was a thing back in the day.
It was difficult in the beginning because everyone didn't like the idea that I was from Oceanside and putting a surf shop in Carlsbad. So I got a lot of threats. I had somebody call me up a couple times and said, "We're gonna slice the tires on your car." And I go, "You know what? I'm just trying to make a living, so come on down and do it, because I don't have time to waste answering the phone."
It was a dangerous time up at the top of the stairs at Tamarack for a while there. My name is Witt Rowlett. I work here at Carlsbad Pipelines, which I also happen to own, and I've been doing this for the last 41 years. Gordon & Smith at that time was one of the largest surfboard manufacturers, and they were doing, leashes and trunks and everything, skateboards, everything across the market. So I was riding for them, competing and doing pretty well in the WSA circuit, and then I ended up cleaving my kneecap up in Santa Barbara. So Gordon & Smith said, hey, we need somebody to sit in the shop, and I just saw how Gordon & Smith was doing it, and they helped me out a lot, but I just felt that I could do a better job.
Witt was in the same group I was in. We all surfed together, and we were all really good friends. So he came and talked to me and told me that he was going to open a surf shop. I said, well, okay, that's fair enough. But remember, I'm going to always be in front of you, because I'm going to always try to do more. And he goes, fair enough.
When Barbie opened up the shop there, that was our local shop. One day I came home, and it might have been my birthday, but my mom had gone down to Barbie, and she bought me a nice 510 Gordon & Smith blue surfboard, single fin, diamond tail, and that was my first new surfboard, and yeah, I probably slept with it that night.
I mainly did the shop because we couldn't get the good products. And if we couldn't get the good products, you couldn't use them.
Surfing has really evolved, but it was a simpler time. It was a culture unto itself. In the 70s, we talked a lot about soul surfers.
Now they're ultra famous, there are millions of ads, and they're incredible athletes.
We were definitely more helpful with the younger generation of surfers than how we got treated as youngsters growing up in Carlsbad.
It's important for the kids nowadays to hear the stories and to understand what it took back then. It may not be the same today, but there are just general rules of etiquette and respect and stuff that you don't see when you're 18. But I always say, hey, when I was 18, they would tell me hey, you're gonna be 55 one day and you're gonna want that respect, and I'm like, all right, my name is Taylor Knox. I'm from Carlsbad, California. I'm a professional surfer, and I've been fortunate enough to grow up in this incredible town and make a living still to this day off the ocean, basically. Back in the 80s, Carlsbad was the hotbed for talent in America.
We had a lot of very good surfers that came out of Carlsbad. Joey Buran, David Barr, and those guys were really amped up on being good at what they were at. As young kids, they never, ever stopped with what they wanted.
The reason Joey became one of the biggest surfers coming out of Carlsbad was because he was blonde. Dave had brown hair. Joey fit the marketing stereotype. Barbie Baron was one of the first ones to sponsor him. When he won the Pipe Master in 1984, that was the big crossover between soul surfers and surfers in competition. That's when the money started to rise. You saw more competitions around.
But a lot of the other people we sponsored, Paul Barr and Mike Lambrisi, Chewy Reyna, a lot of the other locals here, they were just good surfers and they weren't really being represented by a shop. So I started to say, hey, put my sticker on your board, I'll help you out.
I think it helped quite a lot having the shop because it was a center point. It was a point where we all met, and I believe it helped everyone advance.
Carlsbad, we have our own posse of really good surfers.
So I was lucky, I had a lot of good mentors around here.
Surf culture, when I was in high school, which was early 70s, mid 70s, at Carlsbad High there was the surfers wall, and all the surfers sat there when they were in school. Most of the time they weren't in school, they were ditching to go surf. That's all changed now. Now Carlsbad High has surf PE to accommodate that.
We were kind of the younger generation, and they started the surf team right about then. I remember Witt and Phil donating their time one year to be surf coaches. I think Phil got frustrated and quit in the middle of it, maybe. I don't know, but it was pretty funny. And surf PE started the year after I graduated, so the guys, the likes of banning caps, and those guys really took advantage of getting to have surf beach. And it's so cool going down there every day and seeing Cooper down there, Coach Cooper. He just loves it.
So I think Carlsbad has done everything they can to bring it on.
All of that's part of that gratification from opening the shop here, and it's pretty unmeasurable. Very, very blessed. And Taylor was a good surfer, but he was, at that point was not at the level of, the Joy Brands and the David Bars. And this van pulled up and this mom was there and she dropped off this little kid, and Taylor got out with his little board and we just were looking at him going, what are you doing here? And he's like, I'm surfing. I go, you're gonna go surf out there? And he goes, yeah.
This has been my playground, this town here, for the last 42 years, and I couldn't think of a better place really to grow up.
I'd like to think that guys like myself and other guys that pushed them a little bit, just like I got pushed for the older crew when I was surfing.
Every once in a while, Witt would show up with Phil Tribal. They would be one of the guys that come down and check it out and maybe surf, and it would get us all excited, pro surfers down here, and we were stoked. It was a great friendship, and it still is, because we share the love of the ocean.
We used to rent a lot of surfboards at the shop. We used to see a little guy out there surfing when his parents were on the beach, the movie cameras are going, and that surf instructor's out there with him, and he stands up. And then it's just like the little guy stand up, going, yeah, I did it. Those are the kind of things I enjoyed seeing a lot of, and that little guy, it opened his life up to a whole new thing.
I'm a part of this lineage. I'm proud to be a part of this lineage. These guys right now, they're the guys, they're the it guys, and I'm just the Grom that's trying to get there. Without inspiration, you don't go very far.
Keep in mind the fun, not the competition. It's not who you hang out with. It's not the peer groups. That'll bring you more joy in life than anything that you could ever do.
I just want to try to be a good Carlsbad citizen. Inspire people when I can, inspire the kids especially. Always for love, never for money.